Hey, how we doing, guys? Oh, that was a mad rush. Um, Let me just compose myself. So this is the second time I've done a live stream where I've like scheduled it, um, and I'm not very good with. Well, I'm actually okay with schedules, timekeeping, but when trying to get all the kids to bed and get everything set and make sure everything's settled and everything's right and get everything set in time, because I would hate to be late for one of these, or say that I'm going to be doing a live video and then let you guys down, because that would be inconvenient and annoying. But yeah, I've just about managed. I've got everything set up, got my coffee ready. Haven't rolled myself a cigarette yet, but I'm going to do one of that. So, can everyone hear me okay? Can everyone see me okay? There's no great technical disasters or anything. Last time I did one of these, I filmed these on my phone, by the way. For those of you that don't know, most of you long-term subscribers know that I do all my filming and editing from my phone. And last time I scheduled a live video, I had a friend of mine trying to, I don't think he's very clued up with YouTube, but he wanted to watch it. And because I wasn't replying to his messages, he tried calling me during the live feed, really annoyingly, and it cut out the live feed, and I had to start the whole thing from scratch. And it was, yeah, really a minute late. Well, I wasn't a minute late, I was a minute early, I think, or bang on, I'm pretty sure. Scala says, lol, I remember that. So who have we got in here then? We've got Clarkson, the mime. You've been in here before, buddy. Scala, you've definitely been in here before. Yeah, I'm going to just roll myself a cigarette, guys. So you might hear every now and again this sound on our podcast. Yeah, there's no drunks outside yet. But it is only, what, Tuesday? So, mind you, they drink all the time in the sort of houses around the corner here. But yeah, you might hear this sound on my on mine and Skarner's Two Bald Knobs podcast every now and again. I know it drives him mad every time I do it, because he has to try and, I think he tries to edit out the sound of me rustling through my backy pouch. Dredd Gaming, I'm glad you're in here, buddy, because I'll be showing some things off in a little while that I'm sure you'll be interested to see. So what's been going on recently? Well, in a minute, I'm going to show you the projects I've been working on. 3 of them are sitting out in front of me. I've still got another one to build. Well, I've got quite a few to build, actually, because what I've got on my desk is currently held together with the modeler's most useful tool, the blue tack. Yeah, they're pretty much all held together. There's a couple of bits glued together, but the majority of it is just literally held together with blue tack. So I'm trying out different things with them, because I've got the truck kit, I've got another mech gun kit. So I've built one mech gun kit, just standard, because it's a cool kit and it looks great as standard. So I wanted one just standard way, but I don't want any of my mech guns to look the same. So then to build the other 3, possibly 4, I bought a truck kit and a mech gun kit after watching, I think the video, the guy's called Mr. Watching Paint Dry. I'm sure some of you have seen his videos on converting. Really good conversion videos, really good sort of tutorial videos, so much better than anything I could ever put together. But hell, I'm going to do a stab at it anyway. And I'm not going to be doing tutorial videos as such. I'm just going to show you what I'm working on, and maybe some of the ideas I've got will inspire you. And it's basically just robbing his idea, but putting my own spin on it and tweaking it and, making it my own, which is what we all do, really, isn't it? We search through images and videos and things, and we see other people's conversions and ideas, and it sparks the imagination off in us, and we put our own twist on it and try and come up with something a bit different. But yeah, it's not just truck and mech gun kit parts that I've been using. I've been using battle wagon parts, and I'm going to have a look through my bits box in a minute and see what other parts we could potentially use for these mech guns. And hopefully, once I'm done with them all and they're all finished, I will actually still have quite a few bits left over from the truck and Mek Gun kit, which I can use for future conversion projects. Maybe looted wagons or something for all those hundreds of open play games I can't wait to get into. We love a bit of open play on this channel. Let's just read through your comments here. So, looting Stevo, not Robin. Are you interested in Blackstone Fortress, or is it a pass for you, Stevo? Probably a pass for me, although the models in it look really cool, and yeah, it looks cool, but I just don't. I barely have time for what I managing a family, a missus, full-time job, the hobby, and the channel, and trying somehow to get in games of 40k and Kill Team. The only reason I really got into Kill Team was because it gave me a way where I thought I'd be able to play more games of 40k and potentially get a Kill Team painted up to be able to do some sort of bat reps for the channel, because it's going to be a long time before you see 40k bat reps on this channel, guys, because I'm not going to be putting my unpainted armies and things on there. But not that bat reps are things that sort of interest me and excite me the most, but I would like to do them. I bet the missus loves being emotional. Yeah, Dredd, I ain't even going to respond to that. It could get me in trouble. Yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry, guys. I am very, these live videos are even less professional than my standard videos. So where do I start? Probably just to show you what you've all come to actually see. You haven't come to watch me smoke, have you? You've come to watch me, to look at my project. So let's take a look. Tilt the camera down. So hopefully it won't fall. So what we've got here is, this is the standard Mek Gun. I'm building all mine with custom Mega Blasters. I know a lot of people are loving the look of the tractor cannon. I remember myself and Scala were discussing the tractor cannon, and it is awesome, don't get me wrong. It's a cheaper option as well than a custom Mega Blaster, and that thing auto hits with strength 8 and does I think D6 damage, and it's even more deadly to flyers. So it's a really cool weapon. Anything that auto hits for orcs is great. So that's why I love the Scorchers. Scorchers are awesome. But yeah, auto hitting for orcs is brilliant. I don't deny that. However, I just feel the custom Mega Blasters have the potential to dish out a huge amount of damage because they've been improved massively. It's D6 shots. 36-inch range, so the range is a bit less than the tractor cannon, which is 48, but 36 is still going to be in range of most stuff at most times. So it's D6 shots, strength 8, I think it's AP -3, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it is, and now they've gone up to D6 damage, which is awesome. They do have the gets hot rule, which I was hoping to get round with the bad moon trait of rerolling ones, but then the bombshell hit that any grot units, including Mek Guns and cans, will not benefit from that clan trait. So it's a bummer, but we are ballistic skill 4 anyway, being grots. So swings and roundabouts, I guess. What would you rather have? Would you rather have ballistic skill 5 rerolling ones, or just be ballistic skill 4? To be honest, I think the odds on that would work out exactly the same. Or actually, I think still probably ballistic skill 4 is still probably math hammer, probably slightly better. But yeah, that's why I went for the custom Mega Blast anyway. So there's my one. That's all finished, except the glue, the wheels and stuff aren't glued on, but it's basically finished. But here are the ones I've been working on converting currently. Let's try and get the camera set up there. So yeah, I've got this one. So as you can see, I've cut the truck kit, the chassis, basically in half. And this is the front half of the chassis. So I took the sort of ramming bit there, flipped it upside down and stuck it on where it's like would usually go, but just upside down so it gave more room. And the gun here, I don't know if some of you probably saw this already on the unification page. This is the Zap gun from the Battle Wagon kit. And then I've got the custom Mega Blaster from the Morkanaut kit. And actually, just by, I can't really show you now because it's done, but the end of the barrel, it's got sort of like it's like this. So that's the end of the barrel. So I just cut that bit off, and it had a tiny little sort of like little horn or spike or something. So I just snipped that bit off as well, and it just fit perfectly. It literally slotted right in to there, and it was a perfect fit glue wise. So glued that in and everything, and I think that actually looks really cool. And then I've taken the sort of, this is the bit with the driver's cab and the gunner's cab from the truck, and fitted that, and because it's got the sort of the hole in the middle there, it's sort of, like I say, it's all very, it's just held together with blue tack at the moment, but the sort of gun bit will go there, and I've got to figure out basically putting some gubbins and sort of control mechanisms and stuff, and have a little grot dude in here and just accessorize it. I'm just getting the basic kind of feel for these at the moment. So that's one of them. The next one did a very similar idea, but for this one, I used the, let me just take it off there a minute, the cannon from the Battle Wagon. And this is the Mega Blaster from the actual Mek Gun kit. And basically did the same thing again, cut off the bit, filed it down a little bit under there, and then closed the two bits together around it, and it just seemed to sit on there quite well. And all I'm going to do is just connect that little middle gap bit with a bit of plastic card or a bit of sprue or some kind of gubbins or something. But yeah, again, and I'll probably stick some sort of, I don't know, just as an example, I won't use this bit, but just as an example, you could, you know, something like that to give it the, you know, the crazy gubbins and stuff spinning off and powering it up. And then I took the back part of the chassis and the front part of the Mek Gun kit, and I took the biggest wheels I could find from the truck on the chassis, mounted them upside down on here, tilted them that way, so it's all dry, but that actually, you know, when it lines up right, there you go, they just line up really nicely with those big wheels, I think, and it gives quite a cool old school sort of, it sort of harks back to the now vintage big guns. And again, I'm going to put some kind of, I don't know yet, I'm sort of toying around with ideas. I might put some flooring bits on here. I've got various bits of gubbins and stuff, little doors from the kit. And so, yeah, there we go, guys. That's the bloody hell, dropping bits everywhere. That is progress thus far on my Mek Gun kits, and I will sort of update you and come back to that. There we go, we're back in the room. So yeah, I'll update you on that as I go. I'll be posting sort of pictures as I go along with it on the unification page and the two bald knobs page and things, and yeah, post pictures and stuff as I sort of carry on working on. It's really good fun though. I'm really enjoyed it. I've got a lot more to do on these. I'm just getting up, like I say, the basic sort of bits ready, and I don't really have much of this. I haven't worked with plastic card and stuff much. I've used a little bit of it on my converted truck, but I've still got so much more to sort of learn, use it and stuff. And I think if I had more time, it's like everything, it's time. I don't have a lot of time, and so this is going to be quite a slow process. But I do intend to use these in my next game, which is this Sunday, and it's the first game of 40k I've had in a very long time, and I'll be playing my regular opponent, Reroll Joe. First time trying out the new Ork Codex. He's nervous because he's not facing an index army anymore, and we're going to do, because my army's grown quite a bit since we last played. Our last big game we played was 3,500 points, and that was me using virtually my entire army, almost. This time I think we'll be playing 4,000 points minimum. We'll probably just go for 4,000 points. But yeah, so it's going to be a big one. It's going to be sort of an all-day game, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So without giving too much away, because I'm sure he'll be watching this. If he's not watching live, he'll be watching it at some point because he'll be desperate to know what I'm packing. But I think he knows my army list predominantly anyway. it's a Dredd mob basically, but it won't just be a Dredd mob. It will be a Dredd mob and my hordes of boys and everything as well, because I'll be probably still using almost my entire collection. But I need to building the army list has been. I haven't done it yet. I've started to do it, but there's so much more to think about. I'm so used to using the index where we had so few sort of options in terms of the stratagems and stuff. Whereas now, because you're building your list around the warlord traits and the stratagems and the clan traits and the synergies and how everything synergizes together, it's taken a lot longer to do the lists. And I've just sort of started adding the points and stuff up for various units and things, and thinking, hey, yeah, how many boys you got? I have got approximately 90. What have I got? I have two in my army. I have 2 squads of 30 slugger boys, and I have 1 squad of 20 shooter boys / Artboys, depending on my mood. Originally they were Artboys at the tail end of 7th, where I got 1 game in with them before 7th died and 8th came out, and then we lost Artboys. Then they just became standard shooter boys. Now I don't know. They're probably, although I've modelled them, I've got ones here that I'm sort of part way through painting. So, like, there's one of them there. Like I say, it's just got a first layer of yellow on there, so that's why it looks so terrible. They're literally just getting first paint. But there's one of my Artboys. And I've just used sort of various heads and armor plates. There's no sort of fancy conversions really. They're just sort of Kitbashes. But I love this guy, the Robocop head. There's a couple of the dudes from my Artboys. But probably, to be honest, rules-wise, I will probably still just use them as shooter boys, because although I'm pleased we got Artboys back, I don't think they're worth 2 command points when there's some of the other stratagems and stuff in the Codex are just so good. When you start looking at the different ways things can synergize and you see what potential that has on the tabletop, I think you're going to want to save most of your command points for those, and spending 2 command points to make a 20 strong mob of boys into Artboys just to increase their armor save to 5+. I don't know. I mean, they'll be pretty good objective holders, because they'll have the oi, this is mine Zogoth rule, or whatever it is, the objective secured rule. So they're likely to be, and I've always used them as such, as predominantly my objective takers. My shooter boys and my grots will be the ones that are grabbing objectives, where my slugger boys will be getting in close combat. So I guess if they got a 5+ save, and they'll be in cover, they'll get the rules, so then they'll probably get a 4+ save being in cover and stuff a lot of the time. I don't know, but I think if you're going to use a stratagem like Scala boys or Artboys, you're wasting command points unless it's a unit of 30, because you want to get the maximum, benefit from your command points. Definitely don't use it on like a unit of 10 or something. That would just be a complete waste. But yeah, so I don't really know yet. I don't think, I probably won't use the Artboys stratagem, but I've seen some stratagems in there I'm definitely going to use. But I'm looking forward to it. I've got so many new things to, like stuff I haven't used yet, like my Mek Gunz, obviously I haven't played with. I've got a new Dredd, which has been built for quite some time, but I haven't actually had a chance to try him out yet. He's armed with 2 Scorchers, just for some serious toasty goodness up close. I know people say like 1 Scorcher and 3 Dreadclaws, but I thought, no, I want 2 D6 auto hits. I want him to like toast people, because Scorchers are really, really good. I know they're bloody expensive, but I just wanted to do it. So I'm wanting a 3rd Dreadnought now as well. Dredd, sorry, I'm not a Space Marine. I'm wanting a new Dredd, and now with the new rules and the new traits and stuff, there's options now available to me that I would never have considered before. I would never in a million years dreamed of putting a custom Mega Blaster on a Dredd. Now I'm very tempted, because they did exactly what I asked them to do in one of my sort of wish list videos months ago, talking about the custom Mega Blaster and how it should be D6 damage, not D3, and then it would make the cost of it worth it, and it would make the risk that comes with the gets hot rule worth it because of the potential high damage, and the fact that it was doing potentially less damage than a rocket launcher, and even at maximum only the same. I thought, well, there's just no point ever choosing that over a rocket launcher. But now they just answered my prayers, and I'm sure it's just coincidence. I highly doubt GW watch my videos, but it's really cool to see that they've done that. So I quite like the idea of a Death Dread with 2 custom Mega Blasters, dishing out some potentially quite powerful guns, because he's going to be Bad Moon as well, so he's going to be re-rolling those ones, so the gets hot rule is pretty much nullified. And yeah, he could have a nasty surprise people, and it fits the theme of the Bad Moons as well. They would be kitting their Death Dreads out with some fancy weaponry. So my third one was going to be just one with 4 Dread Claws, just pure close combat monster. But no, I quite like the idea of kitting one out with custom Mega Blasters. All right, I'm missing all the chat. I see Scarner's talking about Stompers. Guys, don't get Scarner started on Stompers. He will. If you want to see an angry Irishman, just say the word Stomper, or say something like, so Scarner, I think the Stomper has improved and is a viable competitive option in Ork list. Or if you really want to wind him up, tell him that you think the Stomper is underpriced and overpowered. I'm laughing because I can already hear him zog off you get. Yeah. Stompers work great with Bad Moons. Yeah, they probably would work in their shooting, but it would work very well with Bad Moons, that's for sure. I don't know, some of the other traits would probably be really good with them. I think a Snakebite clan trait on a Stomper would be pretty good. Getting the 6+ feel no pain would be quite nice. You mean I can get a Stomper under 1k points? That is a bargain. Well, I don't know, because it's 850 points. I haven't added up all the war gear and stuff on it. It's 850 points base, so I don't know what it is once you've added war gear. I can't imagine it goes over 1k. But yeah, who knows? So that's what I've been doing hobby-wise. And channel-wise, what I've been up to. Well, myself and Scala recently released the longest episode ever so far, and ever will be, of Two Bald Knobs. We didn't mean to at all. I think we were both tired. We both work, long hours. Scala works night shifts. I work long day shifts. Trying to get us aligned to be available at the same time is hard enough. Trying to do that when the podcast needed to be longer and more snug. Longer. It was like 3.5 hours. To be honest, we were cutting it short at the end. But yeah, to try and get ourselves sort of lined up for availability in times where we can record these things and try and get them out in good time is difficult. And trying to do it where we're both, or at least one of us, isn't completely exhausted and just drained and tired. And I was a bit concerned actually after recording it, 'cause I thought we were both pretty tired, and I was worried it would sort of come across in the podcast and we would sound maybe not enthusiastic, or I was afraid that would come over in the podcast. And then towards the end of it, about the last hour, we were sort of aware that we were taking a long time going through the book. So we were sort of starting to skim over things quite quickly. But I think we gave a pretty comprehensive first view of the book. We went through pretty much page by page and almost unit by unit, and all war gear, and we covered a lot of the stratagems and the traits and just gave our thoughts on the stuff. And it was interesting actually doing the podcast. I learned a lot from the Codex because we'd had some chances to read through it and skim through it and stuff. But we were basically reading it live, properly on that podcast. And it's good, I don't know, it's been divided. I don't think it's been divided. I don't think anyone thinks the Codex is bad. I think it's more, most of the complaints the Codex wise have come from lack of certain models, lack of options. Some of that's come from me. I'm still really annoyed about, you know, them taking out certain options and stuff. Some of the things in there are just silly, and it's just their business plan at the moment that I'm not down with at all. Having said that, though, I think for what we lost, we gained so much. We just gained so much. In terms of competitiveness, we've definitely gained a lot. Our army is so much better now, so much stronger. And I'm saying this before I've played a game with it, but I don't need to play a game with this codex to know that this is better. For me, it worked out really well personally, because the army style I've gone for and the units I've chosen before the codex hit have benefited greatly. My killer cans, for example, have dropped in points. My death dreads have dropped in points. Mega knobs have dropped in points. What else has dropped in points? Death copters dropped heavily in points, and they needed to desperately. They lost the big bomb, but it wasn't a great, I mean, it's a handy thing to have, but it, you know, I would much rather have much cheaper death copters that can, you know, nip in and fire off their rockets and stuff. That's, you know, so that was music to my ears. Yeah, losing some characters and stuff was harsh, but overall, I'm really, really pleased with the codex. New model wise, though, I haven't bought any of them, and to be honest, I was worrying for a while there whether I'd regret the decision buying other stuff instead of the new stuff. But I'm actually, although every single one of those new vehicles looks incredible, the details on them are awesome. Hey, Liam's in here. How you doing, buddy? Liam, I used to work with him. He's got a YouTube channel of his own, and I just sort of introduced him to my channel the other day and said, look, I'm doing it and stuff. So it's good to have a friend locally who also does a channel, completely different topics and subjects, but it's nice. I think it's always good to be able to learn from other people and chat about this hobby that we all love. But oh, it's totally thrown me now. I can't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Someone's gonna have to nudge my memory. New models, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm actually really relieved I didn't buy any of them, because not that the models aren't great, they're highly detailed, they look incredible, absolutely gorgeous sculpts, and they're just absolutely beautiful. But I am not a fan of the kits because of the completely mono build nature of them. I've watched a few unboxing videos and stuff, and they look like sort of quite fun kits to build and stuff, but a lot of you guys out there that have bought like 3 of each one or something, you're going to have a bit of a hard time sort of making them individual and different. One, because they don't have any options. You know, in the codex, it's just what it is. You just choose that. It's got those weapons. That's it. You can't change things and upgrade things and stuff, which I don't like. And the way the model goes together, the way things are set, they're very much set to go in a certain way. Now, I'm sure skilled modelers and converters and kitbashers and stuff will be able to change things around and tweak things and make them look different. But this is the trouble with GW, and it goes back to my video ranting about how they, you know, don't like kitbashers and stuff, because their kits are representing this very much lately, very mono build. And, you know, this is why I love things like, that's why I love this kit, because there's so much you can do with it. That's why I love the truck kit, because that kit has endless possibilities. And it's why I love the units in the codex, that, you know, you can give them this weapon, you can give them this weapon, you can change this weapon for this, you can give them this piece of war kit. It allows you to put your own, not just for competitive reasons or trying to have the best thing possible, but also to put your flair on it and your, you know, put your own bit of lore and fluff and stuff into your army, and put a bit of your own personality into it and create your own things, and you know, go for a theme across your army. And so I'm really relieved that I didn't buy the Speed Freaks set. I'm really relieved I didn't buy any of the new buggies and stuff. I don't know if I ever will. I do kind of like the Death Killer War Trike model, and I may get one of them at some point because it's really, really cool kit. But I don't know. So yeah, what do you guys out there that have bought them? I know Scala and Dredd, have bought, and a lot of you other guys watching right now probably have bought these new kits. What's your thoughts on them? Colonel Matus says, "Oh, I'm building the Speed Freaks set right now. It's great. I mean, it does look great. It's great value. 10 out of 10 on Speed Freaks, and plus you get the bikes on there, which are highly customizable. They are not mono build kits. You can mix match different bits on them. So yeah, I do like the bike kit. I think the best thing Orks had going for it is that every release had a big mech thinking how to make it Orky. Sadly, now we are punished for it." Yeah. Can you imagine if they update other things, say like the cans and the Mek Gunz and different mega knobs and stuff, and they updated them to along the same lines as these new vehicles, and they were just like mono build. You didn't have options. It just came with what they came. Even like the Gorkanaut and the Morkanaut, yeah, the kit gives you the options to build either a Gorkanaut or a Morkanaut, but you don't have any actual options. You can't say, right, I will, I want the Gorkanaut, but I'm going to give him this gun instead of this gun, or swap this out for that. You can't even say like swap the Scorcher for the custom Mega Blaster. You can't do that. It's like Gorkanaut has this weapons, Morkanaut has these weapons, and that's it. And I do love the kit, and it's very cool, and it does give you some options in it, but within the actual entry itself, you don't get options. And I don't like things like that. It would get very boring and very stale if we just said, right, I have that and that and that and that, and then that was it. Whereas most of us, we say, right, I have that, that, and that, and that, and that will have this, this, this. You go right into the detail of customizing each individual model in your army, or each unit in your army, and giving them different things and tweaking them, and maybe coming up with seeing some things in the Codex that not many other people have realized or thought of. But yeah, losing options and things is hard. It's annoying. But I've got a video coming up. My next video coming up, though, is talking about list building. And in particular, a little sneak peek here into my next video. My next video, I've started editing pictures and stuff for it now. But my next video will be covering Warlord builds. So in terms of like big mechs and war bosses and weird boys, etc. And I've been looking through in quite a lot of detail at the different warlord traits and at the different shiny gubbins and all the different war gear options you can give them. And so I've come up with some different ideas and things, and it's been really interesting actually. And I've been looking at stuff that I won't ever use in my army, because I've been looking at things in like the Goth clan and the Snakebites clan and the Blood Axes, and seeing like different types of war bosses and stuff that you can build out of this codex. And the options actually are really cool, and you can create some monsters. You really can. So I'm looking forward to doing that video. So yeah, that'll probably be my next video coming up. I'll be recording that possibly tomorrow, maybe the next day, but yeah, I'll be doing it very soon. There are other gubbins besides the Dead Shiny Shooter. Yes, the Dead Shiny Shooter is one of them, that definitely one of my favorites in there. I missed that from the old 7th edition Codex, because I used to like having that. But it's cool to see that back, and that's improved and looks really good, especially with Bad Moon trait of re-rolling ones. And that'll be very, very cool. But yeah, there's loads of good stuff. So yeah, I'm not going to go into it too much, because otherwise I'm going to cover the whole topic of that video. But stay tuned for that one, guys. I think it's going to be a really interesting one for all you guys starting to put lists together and starting to think about what you want your warlord of your army to be and what options you want to give him, and whether you want, what role you want him to fulfill, whether you want him to be an absolute powerhouse in close combat, whether you want him to sort of buff your army, whether you want him to be really shooty, or some sort of combination of the two. So it's really cool seeing you can create quite a lot of different sort of characters that, although they're based on a war boss or a big mech, one big mech can be incredibly different from the other once you go into giving them different warlord traits and different gubbins and war gear and stuff. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Another video I've got coming up soon is getting off the topic of 8th edition Orks and going way back to the 3rd edition. This one's still coming, so I'll be doing that one soon, covering that book for some retro goodness. what else are we doing on the channel? I had some other projects in mind. Well, mine's gone a bit blank. Sorry, guys, I am tired. Yay, 3rd edition Codex. Yes, that will be a good one, because that one for me is probably the most nostalgic of all the Codex, because that's where I really got into orcs for the first time, and that's what kind of started it all, really. Yeah, so that'll be cool. And then after that, I've got to go scouring through eBay to get myself a 2nd edition Codex to do. And I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to do to cover the 1st edition, because that's expensive, but it might be worth forking out for that for the channel, because we just got to go all the way back, and then potentially after that maybe start looking at some of the supplements and things like Armageddon and War Gazgol and stuff, because they'll be quite interesting to look back at some of the supplements. And who knows, in this edition we may get a supplement a year or two down the line. We may get a supplement, something similar to War Gazgol or something. So maybe there is still hope that Gazzy himself gets a new model and some more options and stuff. And I wouldn't put it past GW. They've done the supplement thing before. Maybe campaign like campaign codexes and stuff. They've done them in the past with like Armageddon, and was it? Did they do one for like the 13th Black Crusade or something? I'm sure they did. But yeah, they got some. I think once all the armies are done, they're probably going to go down that route. So we do still have hope for more new stuff in the near future in this edition. But anyway, back to conversions and bits and stuff. Dredd War recently, he's in here right now. Dredd War Gaming. For those of you, while you're all in here, actually, you'll see a guy commenting at the moment. Dredd War Gaming, really cool new orc-based channel, and I think he's going to be absolutely huge. Eye of Terror campaign book. That's right, Scarnet. Well done. And yeah, there he is commenting now. Dredd War Gaming. That's what we need. 5 books open to play one army. I know. That's another topic. But yeah, Dredd War Gaming. His channel's very cool. He's got a enormous collection of orcs. It looks like he's got some amazing painting and conversion skills and stuff. And so I think if you haven't already, after we finish watching this and chatting and stuff, go and check out his channel and subscribe to it. You will not regret it. If you like watching me, if you like watching Scala, you won't go wrong with Dredd War Gaming. Trust me, I predict very good things for him and his channel and anyone that's along for the ride watching, because he's a cool guy, and he's going to produce some cool content. The stuff, his first video was like, wow, that's really good for like a first video. I remember my first video showing off my things, and I was so nervous and stuff. But yeah, I think he's if he's that good at the beginning before he's done, just make his first video. I think once he's learned stuff as he's gone along, he's just going to improve and just become better and better and produce some really good content. So back on with the topic of this video. We are like over 30 odd minutes into this, and I haven't. The whole title of the video is talking about conversions and kit bashes. My intention was to actually be doing some converting and kit bashing, but my multitasking skills are crap. And yeah, so I don't know. I might start clipping some bits out in a minute. We'll see. Let me just move some bits out the side, because we're going to go table down and have a look at the bits box. So this is my bits box here. So I've got some various. I'm not going to tilt it too much. I'll lift the camera. There we go. You can see a few bits in there, but they're all kind of scattered. I need to sort through it all. They're all kind of scattered everywhere. I've got lots of these unused knob torsos from the boys kit. But you know what? I'm seriously considering using these to make mechs, because they're not quite the size of like proper knobs, but they're bigger than boys. I think they might make quite good sort of mech models, or possibly these would be great actually. There's an idea. Artboys. That's a good idea. Scarboy conversions, using all the leftover ones of those people. Go for them. Or knob biker conversions as well. Another good use for them. So yeah, I've got various bits in here. I'll tell you one idea I'm thinking of for another future project is for my warlord. I really like the look of the Bad Moon Gubbins, the Thunder Bus. which is like a big like blunderbuss, you know, just a big cannon that fires out shrapnel basically. And I love the idea of using a Grotzuka to represent that with some slight modification there. So got a big mech dude here just down with custom mega blaster enough, but I like the idea of mounting this gun on him, on another one, to make my warlord, and have the combi scorcher option, so maybe mount that underneath, or you know, do something there to have that on the option on there. But yeah, I think that would make a really good Thunderbus counts as. So yeah, we've got a few bits now. I've got some sort of leftover. See, I'm also considering using these bits, leftover shoulder pads from my Def Dreads. Put these towards me Mek Gunz, you know, maybe wheel arches or something. Who knows? So many options and so many things now. I really need to sort of get it all out and have a good dig for it, because that's the great thing about a bits box. Even just now going through it, I come up with some ideas for things. As your bits box carries on building up and stuff, you keep finding bits and you think, oh, that would be cool for that, and that would, you know, make a good stand-in for this. And but yeah, as we're delving deeper, I've got more stuff here. I've got stuff in this one. I think I put it in here. Yeah, more battle wagon bits. So I've got like the turret and a few sort of parts from the battle wagon kit, and even got some bits that have been giving me, like there's a fucking shield drone there and heavy bolter parts and just random odds and sods in here, but big shooters and just but it's mostly vehicle parts in there, because these are all parts I've been saving with the hope that Rules for Looted Wagon came out and I could build one using this. That hasn't happened. Not really, not in my opinion anyway. Open play does not count. I don't care what anyone says. You will never change my mind on that. And there's loads more in here. I'm not... various bits in there. Got a couple of war bosses, some savage orcs in there. I can't even remember what's in here, to be honest. Loads of different weapon options. I've got loads of parts in there ready to convert more tank busters with. And I've actually got more bits scattered around still on the sprue. I tend to, because I'm limited on space, I cut stuff off the sprue. I've got like a big stack of sprues somewhere down there, and I tend to cut all the bits off them and get them in the bits box, because it condenses like a big stack of sprues like that into like a little box like that. And it's so worth doing. If you push for space, take my advice, clip everything off the sprues and just fill them in a bits box. It makes it more fun then as well, because it's like pick and mix. You never know what you're going to find in it, because you can't even remember what you put in there half the time. But I wanted to show you in here though something very cool again that the address there that Dredd Gaming sent me. So let's get this out of the way. Very cool thing to do. And yet another cool thing about doing this YouTube, the subscribers and stuff, they're just amazing. I've had a couple, like from one of the Mek Gunz, one of my subscribers sent me the custom mega cannon bit to use on that, which is so cool of them. And you know, just so nice. And Dredd got me a dress off me, because he said, I've got a few bits that I want to send you. And he sent me this in the post. And I just thought it was really cool of him. So Dredd, I know I've already said it, mate, but thanks again, buddy. Really appreciate it. So let's get the camera down this. Move these bits out of the way for a minute. I'll show you what Dredd sent me. Some really cool stuff here. So he knows me well, because he sent me a lot of Bad Moon stuff. So I've got some transfers, Bad Moon transfers, which is cool. I don't really use transfers. I used to use them years ago on my Necron stuff. I never quite liked the way transfers sat, but I don't know, possibly I will. I like these ones actually, because I've just seen that you don't actually have to cut them out by the look of it. They look like they come off individually. But yeah, that's cool. But what I do really like this sent me is these little laser cut Bad Moon logos, emblems, which are very cool. So I might, you know, stick some of these onto my vehicles. I might stick some of these onto my Gorkanaut armor and stuff to, you know, show that they're Bad Moons. And I've got some of the Bad Moon banner poles from the Knob set, which is really cool, because in the set you only get one for each clan. So if you want to have them all with the logos, that'd be cool. So My future knobs can be built with Bad Moon. So it's nice to represent your clan properly, you know, these things. I've got one there. I think this comes from the Flash Git set as well. Another extra one there. And then also, these are cool. Probably come out of a watch or a clock or an old VCR or something, or a disc drive. But very handy. Little gears and gubbins and bits. Great for bits of scenery and customizing vehicles and stuff. It's a nice little touch there, buddy. And then we've got some cool third-party stuff here. Oh, before we get to that though, old school bolter, very old school, like second edition, first edition maybe. I remember them. And then yeah, this third-party stuff he sent me. So I think we've got some stuff from Cromlech and we've got some stuff from Spellcrow. So from Cromlech first, got a cool shooter. Just looks pretty cool. All resin bits there. Got a nice chopper. A really nice chopper here. Proper savage looking one. And I love this. This, all I can think is Negan from The Walking Dead when I see this thing. Just a great big bat wrapped in chain, nails and stuff. Savage. Blunt instrument. I love it. Very orky. And then we get a little bottle of like fungus brew or something, but it's even got the little Bad Moon logo on it. It's so cool. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. That might be like a little accessory on like my Warlord sort of back or whatever. There's a little brew along the way. Something the Grots have been brewing up. Special brew there. And then I think Spellcrow bits here. Cool shotgun. That's pretty badass. So that'd be quite cool to customize. But these heads I like. One of these heads may well end up being my Warlord head. I don't know yet. But I really like these. I'll bring it up to camera a bit. Hopefully it's zooming in there. Really detailed. So cool. They're very, very cool. Yes, I'm a big fan of these heads. They got a good size to them as well. I mean, if I look to a war boss here, unfinished guys, don't be critical of the painting. So yeah, it's approximately tiny bit smaller, but size. So I think get having that head on a Warlord's body. And this one's very cool. Very cool on a weird boy. I'm thinking very World of Warcraft looking. But yeah, Dreadwell, I mean, thank you so much for sending me that stuff. I was like proper, when I opened the letter, and you had a little letter for me in there and the stuff, it put a smile on my face. And a lot of this stuff will definitely be used. And what doesn't get used straight away will go in the bits box, and who knows, future conversion projects and Kitbash projects. So I was well chuffed with that. And more Bad Moon emblems, the better, because my boys want to show what clan they're in and represent. So, and I'm sorry guys, I appreciate that. I've probably been ignoring all your comments and stuff. It's hard, like I say, multitasking is not my skill. So while you're chatting and asking questions, probably, I've probably been ignoring you. So, Stevo, nick the death roller from the battle wagon and use it as wheels for the Mek Gunz. Just makes sense to me. That is a cool idea, although I don't have a battle wagon kit. All the battle wagon parts I had, I bought secondhand on eBay. Someone had obviously done their own conversion and was selling off like leftover parts from a battle wagon. It had quite a few parts on it, and I was like, yeah, that would be great for conversions. And it was quite cheap, so I picked up a bit of a bargain there. Got some wheels and the turret and certain armor panels and stuff. But yeah, I probably will end up getting a battle wagon at some point. They were out of the death rollers last time I looked on GW. That's a bummer. Although they sell the battle wagon. Oh, I see what you mean. They're out of the death roller one. Yeah, seeing the rules for them, there's no wonder. They're probably very popular bloody kit. I'm sure people are snapping them up. But I'm sure looking over Facebook recently, upgrade kit maybe. Stevo, you still not got a wagon? Not yet, Scala, not yet. Because I've been sort of toying with the idea. I don't know whether I want to. I don't know what I want to do wagon wise. I need to look through the rules and stuff on it. I will get one at some point or convert one. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I'm just going to build a standard battle wagon. As cool as that kit is, I like the idea of mixing it with another kit or converting. I've seen some just amazing battle wagon conversion ideas and stuff. So yeah, I don't know yet. I'm going to have a read through the Codex and stuff and see what I like. Spending all your teeth on guns and mans. I'm spending all my teeth on cans and mech guns and stuff. It's I love killer cans and death dreads, and I love mega knobs. I want some more mega knobs. But at some point in the future, my war boss is going to want to ride into battle in style, and I don't know what that vehicle is going to be yet, but it's going to have to be highly customized, highly converted, and very special and one-off. Build your own, Stevo. Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to go down the route of scratch building because I'm not at that skill level. If I had more time and stuff, maybe I could teach myself and get myself to that point. But yeah, I'll basically build my own in terms of convert my own and Kitbash. I've seen a lot of cool Land Raider ones. I really like the idea of not going for a battle wagon, but going for something like a looted Baneblade or something. I would love to do something like that. That would be really cool. I would like sort of a good centerpiece for the army, and I don't want the centerpiece of my army to be a Stomper because I'm not a huge fan of the kit. I would like the sort of big centerpiece of the army to be some big armored ride bristling with Dakar that the war boss sits atop riding into battle, looking like the big bad, you know. So battle wagon, do the puppets war battle bus perfect in yellow. Yeah, that would be cool, like a school bus type thing. Yeah, what conversion projects are you guys working on now? I'm sure some of you guys, I know Scala is working currently on, he's converting up knobs with war banners and making one to represent each clan, which I think is such a cool idea. They're probably nowhere near as good as them. Very overcosted points wise. Went downhill from escalation where they jumped up to 770 points for no reason. I'm putting LEDs in my mega knobs. Cool. Still painting my war banner knob. Good stuff. Yeah, that was a cool idea. I look forward to seeing all of those painted up and stuff and built, seeing the different sort of ideas you come up with them. But yeah, I think although we lost conversion wise in this codex, we lost a lot of options. We have actually, let's not get too negative about it, because we have gained a lot of options. And like I said in my video soon, covering just the sort of list building aspect of your warlords. But in terms of actually building and converting your own warlords, there is so many options now. Although the actual unit entry itself may have lost some options in terms of war gear, what they've gained is the shiny gubbins bit. And there is a lot of potential there. For example, the dead shiny shooter. You could take off like one of the big sort of chain guns from one of the, you know, like the Tau vehicles or something. That would make a really cool dead shiny shooter. Or taking off one of the big guns off like the new vehicles, like the Snaz wagon one with the big chain gun on it. Take that gun off, give that to your war boss. That would make a great dead shiny shooter. You've got the big power claw, so that gives you some options to come up with some cool conversions for like a special power claw, a really big nasty looking thing. Or you've got like Head Whopper's kill chopper, so again convert him a really cool big chopper, maybe like a double-headed axe or something really savage looking. But yeah, there's a lot of options there. There's a lot of options, and even you can convert ideas and things in from the warlord traits and things, you know, to represent the model and his character and stuff. So there's still a lot of good if you choose the right units, you choose the right stuff, you can convert and kitbash and customize things to look really cool. So we haven't lost all that yet, although it might seem like it with these mono build kits they've released and losing a lot of options and stuff. There's a lot to be happy about. But yeah, we're coming on for about an hour, guys, so I'm going to call it a day. Like I said, keep an eye out very soon for my next video covering Warlord builds, like a tactical sort of video. It's going to be an interesting one. I'm really looking forward to doing that one, actually. I will keep you updated. I'll probably do like a live one, maybe showing off the Mek Gunz as they progress and as I continue to work on them. Myself and Scala will be back very soon with another shorter episode of Two Bald Knobs, where we will be talking about list building and stuff. And look out for some more retro goodness when I cover the 3rd edition Ork Codex. And in the meantime, anything else that pops into my head, because ideas sometimes just pop into my head, and I will shoot and film a video that night and upload it without that much planning, because an idea's just popped into my head. But yeah, guys, very much yet again for tuning in. It's been fun. I will read everything you guys have said during this video afterwards when it's uploaded and I can rewatch it. I will rewatch it myself just so I can see all your comments and things, because I like to see what you guys have been saying. See you in the unification group. Yes, you will. I'm hanging out in there a lot. But guys, thank you very much. I massively appreciate the subscriptions and the likes and the thumbs up, and I appreciate you guys all coming and hanging out. Dredd Wild Gamer says neighbour's horse jumped fence and is running mad in our field. Set the squigs on him, mate. That'll sort him out. Food for the squigs. Oh geez, it's all going on where you live, isn't it? Great show, Stevo. Thank you. See you. Yeah, so what's left to say? 6+ Stevo, signing out.